Hello everyone, my name is Kirill Ivanov and here is my video on Amazon Simple Mail Service, SES. SES is highly scalable and cost-effective bulk email sending service. SES provides us only with outbound sending functionality, so no inbound emails through SES. But even though it eliminates complexity of using, installing, and licensing third-party corporate email servers. It is also easy to integrate SES with other AWS services for sending emails from applications hosted on EC2 instances, for example, or include files from S3 as attachments, or use databases to host email addresses of our recipients, and so on and so on. Also, we can use SNS topics to get feedback information on our messages. Here is a simple representation of how we can use SES for outbound messages. Sender will send email to the Amazon SES through the internet. We can use corporate email server for that and configure it to use all the message through the SES, or we just can query SES through the management console or a simple application or through the SMTP interface. Amazon SES will get and resend that message to the receiver's corporate email server. Yes, Amazon SES in its turn resends a message to the destination email server. There are a few ways how we can use SES for sending outbound email messages. One of it is SMTP interface, so we can configure SMTP sending application like Microsoft Outlook to use SES like SMTP server, or we can programmatically use SMTP capabilities. Another way is to use SES through the console. Like all the other AWS services, Amazon SES can be configured and used through the console. And the third way is to use AWS SDK. There are SDK resources available for major platforms like .NET, Java, PHP, and so on. In that project, I'm going to use Java interface. We'll see it later. Okay, during email message deliveries there might be some issues. Mostly all of the messages are delivered, but sometimes there might be bounces or compliance. Bounces are the situations when receiver's email server send message back to SES. For example, there are no such destination address and we will receive some SMTP error code on it. And compliant is the situation when message is successfully received by a recipient but marked as spam by user. In case of configured feedback loop between user's ISP, who hosts his email server, that ISP will notify SES bound compliant, and SES will notify us, the SES user, that there was a compliant on the specified message. Okay, here is the representation of issues during email message delivery. Bounces sent back to the SES by corporate email servers. Usually it is SMTP. Usually it is errors with specified SMTP error code. For example, no such address to deliver or unknown address, something like that. And compliant is the message that received by a recipient, but after it marked as spam. So it is sent to corporate email server, which notify Amazon SES, and Amazon SES notify us as a user. All the messages sent from Amazon SES are compliant with SMTP RFC. Those messages consist of header, which contains routing instruction and information about message such as sender address, recipient address, and so on. Body, which contains text of message itself, an envelope, which contains routing information that is communicated between email clients and email servers during SMTP session. Body of the email message can be plain text or formatted as HTML. Okay, a few words about pricing. Amazon SES service is a really cheap service, so Amazon will charge us only 10 cents per thousand of outgoing email messages, and also will be charged 12 cents per gigabyte of attachment sent. Let's go on. Okay, console of the SES. Let's have a look on the real system. Okay, here it is, console. Dashboard will provide us with some statistical information on how many messages have been sent, of our sending quota. For example, it's 200 emails per 24 hours while our account is in the sandbox. Let me tell a few words about account. When we at first create account on Amazon SES, it is has sandbox access. Here it is, the message about it. Here we can send only 200 emails per 24 hours, and we have to verify every receiver's email address that we would like to send emails to. Okay. Also, dashboard provides us with some graphical representation of information like the number of deliveries, number of bounces, number of compliance and rejects for some specified period of time. Okay, what also we have here? We have Amazon SMTP settings here. Here is the SMTP settings for our SMTP sending application or SMTP client if we would like to use it. Also, suppression lists. Suppression list is the list that contains email addresses of receivers that marked our messages as compliant. I have to say that suppression list is Amazon-wide. It doesn't connect to individual account. Okay, then we have verified senders email addresses. Let's close it. Okay. To send email messages from SES, we have to verify from email address, from which address we will send messages. Here I have verified two of my email addresses. We can just simply inform like email address. Verify a new email address. Here we can type email address like okay, verify this email address. Oops. Refresh. Here is the new email address. It's pending verification, and the verification request email will be sent to my email address. Also, we can verify the whole domain if we have one. For example, all the addresses in domain, I don't know, gmail.com. If I have that domain gmail.com, I can verify it and send email messages from different email addresses. Okay. Now I have two email addresses verified. It's Ivanov K at Atlantis and Ivanov Kirill K at Gmail. So I can send messages from them. Okay. Yes, verification. How to send emails. Okay, we can return to the console once again and send email message from this account, for example, like send test email message. There are some options we can add, some headers to the email, right? Like copy, return path, reply to, and so on. Okay, this message will be sent from Ivanov K at Atlantis, for example, to at gmail.com with subject test and body presentation video. Okay, let's send a message. The message has been sent, and in a few seconds we will see it here. Okay, yes, here it is. Here is the message text from the Ivanov K at Atlantis.ru via AmazonSES.com with presentation video as a body. Okay, let's continue. What do we have next? Next is the mailbox simulator. Let's have a few words about it. Mailbox simulator is a very nice tool which provides us with different scenarios for testing our email sending application. So there are 5 email addresses for different scenarios like successful delivery, like bounce, when bounce will be generated in our message, like out of office automatic response that will be generated in our message and we will receive it, compliant and suppression list. Suppression list, the address we're sending message to is on the suppression list. So we can use all of those addresses to test how our email sending application will act in case of those situations. Also, it is good to know that all the messages sent to Mailbox Simulator won't change our quota or change our compliant and balanced statistics. Okay, now, yes, here are some example of messages. For example, message sent to bounce simulator, bounce scenario, and here is the response we will receive on the reply to address. The response tells that there was a delivery failure and some attachments of status of the message and SMTP error code of the message. Okay, different scenarios. SDK code samples. I will attach two simple applications to my project report. One simple application is for sending email messages and another simple application is to reading from SMS topic. It is good to know also that we can configure our email addresses with bounce SMS and compliance SMS notifications, where we can specify SMS topics to which send all those compliance. So we can create simple application that will read from those topics, parse those notifications, and make some actions on them. For example, notify system administrator or try to resend message to another account if bounce have been received. Okay, let's have a look on the applications. Here's the simple application for sending email. Here are the email construction strings like to, from, body, and subject. And some steps that application is doing is setting up client, verifying addresses, both to and from. It's querying statistics, we'll talk about a bit later. It also instructs Java to use SES for sending messages, and constructing simple HTML formatted email with attachment, which is a simple JPEG file on my local computer hard disk drive, and sending that email. Okay, let's try. We will send email message to the address ivanovkirillk@gmail.com with attachment. Okay, let's do it. Here it is. Both addresses verified. Here is some statistics on sending messages and sending message to ivanovkirillk@gmail.com. Okay, let's check. Let's check it. Yes, here it is. Hello world, and some nice picture in it. Okay. Then we can try to use the SNS topic to gather some notifications. To use it, we will use Mailbox Simulator. Okay, we have to change to email address in our application. Okay, here is it. Bounce at simulator Amazon SES.com. Okay. Save it and let us send the message again. Right now we're sending message to a bounce at simulator Amazon SES.com. That message will generate bounce notification that will be sent to our SNS topic. Again, here it is, email address we're sending from Ivanov@k-atlantis.ru. Here the management console and the same address configured with bounce SNS and compliant SNS topic. So all the messages will be sent to SES topic. Okay, let's use simple SNS topic application to read from the topic. Let's start it. I have to wait a little. Okay, here it is. Let's copy it to the notepad. Okay, what we can see here. Message notification type is bounce. Okay, here is the yes, here is the address we're sending to, So we can programmatically parse those messages and make some actions on them. For example, we can try to resend that message to another address if our customer, for example, have two email addresses and this one is unreachable for some reasons. Also, there are a few words about statistics. Here, there are Amazon SAS Management Console dashboard, which provides us with some statistical information like number of deliveries, number of bounces, compliances, and rejects, and also information on our sending quota. We have 20 emails, how many percent of quota have used already, how many emails we can send, it's 1 email per second. Okay. Or we can use APA again to query statistics. We have only two methods to query SES through the APA for gathering statistics. One of them is get send statistics method that will return us information divided in 15-minute intervals that will contain timestamp for that information. Oops. Yes, timestamp, number of delivery attempts, here it is, number of bounces, number of compliances, and so on, so on, so on. Timestamps for 24 hours interval. Okay, and here another method is get send quota statistics, which will return us the maximum number of messages we can send per 24 hours period. It's 200 here. Maximum sending rate, 1 message per second, and how many messages we have sent through the 24 hours period. Here are some best practices from the Amazon using SES, which can be summarized in a few words. We have to send messages only to the recipients who are requested it. No bulk sending messages to unknown addresses. We have to send only valuable information, so only that information our customers would like to see in our message, no extra advertisement or something. And we have to check our sending statistics, to check our bounces and compliances statistics and make some actions if number of bounces and compliances arises. I think this is it for the video. Much more information on SES is in my project report. Also, code of both applications we have reviewed is attached to that report. Thank you very much. I hope it was interesting for you. Thank you. Bye.